our research has been more ingrained than any stain. The new Hotpoint washing machine with anti-stain technology to remove stubborn everyday stains.
Hello, I am Laurence Llewelyn-Bowen, normally of your telly, but for the next hour I am going to be sitting on your Facebook. I am going to be all over your Twitter with that funny kind of hashtag thing, because this is the unrestrained jollity that is Littlewoods-Live. Now, I want you to forget Ascot, I want you to forget Glyndebourne, I want you to forget the Dibley Village fete. This is the social engagement of the season, and it's going to be more fun than a jug of Auntie Rita's Pimm's, you know, the way she always forgets to put the lemonade in. I am very much hoping that the weather will sustain, aren't we, people? Yeah. We want it to be this sunny. We want it to be all about how much fun that you can have in the great outdoors when suddenly we've got the weather to sustain it. Now, I always think that one of the greatest things about the whole joy of having a garden in this country is our ability to be able to get together and have a bit of a party. So we have got a variety of extraordinarily beautiful people, you see? See? They've all been genetically modified, specifically grown just for our very purposes, and they can all be wiped clean afterwards, which is absolutely brilliant. We have got a whole series of events and fabulous occasions for you to enjoy over the next hour. We have also got the opportunity for one of you to be walking away, if you choose to walk, with £1,000 worth with which you can use in Littlewoods. Ooh! So make sure that you're applying now. We also have some spot prizes. But critically, I want to know from you lot what you think about what we're doing. And also, I want to be on standby to answer any questions you have about your home and indeed about your garden and about how we can help make it much, much nicer. We will also be awarding a star comment for anyone we feel have asked a particularly sensible question. Now, I know that's a bit of a big ask for you lot, but nevertheless, why don't you try? So, for goodness sake, keep liking us, I mean liking us on your Facebook page, and let's have some fun. Now, in this incredibly glamorous, suspended cocoon of gorgeousness, we've got Carmel Thomas, haven't we, darling?
Thank you, Laurence. Yeah, we want to know what you think about the show, maybe what you love or hate about your garden, how would you entertain the kids in the summertime, or if you've got a dilemma, your garden or your home style, ask Laurence. He will answer all of those for you.
I will do all I possibly can.
We are taking those messages, so keep them coming in, and if one of yours is the star comment, then we have got lots of great goodies for you today as well.
Including one of these, actually.
Yeah.
And in fact, if you're very lucky, you might get this very one, which will still be warm from
my
Carmel.
bottom.
There might even be a little bit of Carmel Thomas DNA in there, so you can duplicate her at your leisure. But no, obviously one of the big things, as far as most of us are concerned, is what on earth do you do with the ankle biters when they're on their school holidays? And we have some fun ideas for that in the last part of the show. But one of the nice things about Littlewoods-Live is the fact that it's live, not dead. And we have got live people. Look at them. Look at them. Look. They're live but barely awake. But what we've done as well is we've actually had some fun because we've been sneaking around having a look at people's gardens, haven't we, Karen? What's your garden like?
Oh, my garden's lovely. It's about 1/4 of an acre, and we have lots of areas for the children and barbecuing.
You see, isn't that nice? We love posh people too. 1/4 of an acre, you know, and it's very, very lovely. What about you, Caroline?
Well, our garden's quite small, really.
Right, there
but
we go, back to earth.
Oh,
Well done.
it's full of toys for
And
the
is
kids.
it as colourful as you are?
Well, yeah, it's full of greenery, but no grass.
You know, that's one of the things I hate the most about gardens, all that nature stuff. You know, I think really nature should be something that you use, you know, basically should be at the bottom of a drink. Yeah. Just like the Pim said. So, Caroline, now we're going to actually have a little bit of a look at your garden, I believe. Let's see if I can just see my monitor there. Let's see what we're up to with your garden. Ooh. Let's come round there. No. No, we can't do that. So what we're going to do, Caroline, is we're going to paint a picture of your garden using some coloured-in pencils. So is it, where do you live? Do you live in a city or the country?
No, we live in Blackpool.
You live in Blackpool?
Yeah.
Mighty Blackpool. Love Blackpool.
Oh, I know.
I know you do, yeah. So you're basically, your garden is given over more than anything for your lovely children.
It is, yeah. That's what our garden's all about. Just letting them go out and play no matter what the weather's like. They just go out in the garden and have lots of fun.
Perfect. Well, we now have got your clip live to Blackpool, to Caroline's garden. Here it comes.
This is our back garden, as you can see. We basically use it for toys, and it's just a play area really. We got lots of flowers and greenery and stuff, and my mother, Granny, she comes round and helps do all of the flowers and things. I'm not exactly green-fingered, but there you go. As for entertaining purposes, we've got a small table and chair set. And over here, where you can see the single chair, that's where we actually catch some sun. And you can get sun there nice and early in the morning. And the shed is where we have the barbecue buried. To be honest, we live in Blackpool. Weather's not exactly brilliant. And with this many children, they're constantly grabbing at things that are hot. So we'd like to be able to barbecue, but to be perfectly honest with you, we don't think it's that safe with children this young. Anyway, this is our back garden. This is us.
I think many people can recognise that as absolutely the kind of garden they've got, which is all about keeping the children entertained. Not, I would say, over brimming with style.
No, not really. We could do with a touch of style, definitely.
Well, I'm hoping we might be able to inspire you to jazz it up a bit. Now, Karen here, you apparently you got you tell us you've got a third of an acre. Ooh,
A quarter
swanky.
of an acre, not a
Quarter
third,
of an
yeah.
acre?
Yes.
I do apologise. There's me bigging your part.
Yes.
Where is that?
In Chester and Hoole.
Oh my goodness me! Really, we are just overwhelmed with posh people. Now we've got a film of your garden as well, just to add a bit of contrast. So are we ready to see Karen's garden, everybody?
Yeah.
I think we're ready. I think we're absolutely ready. Well, how long have you been there?
We've been there 7 years, but then we've had children, so the garden's been put aside a bit while the children.
While the children keep you on your toes. Yes. But you've got livestock in your garden.
We do. We have chickens.
And zebras and why are you all
veg
going, You know, you can go to the supermarket and buy a chicken.
Yeah, we grow our own veg.
You can buy eggs.
We grow our own veg.
grow
We've
your own
got fruit
veg?
trees. We've got chickens.
That's absolutely
herbs.
extraordinary. So you're completely self-sufficient. Are you
Not
Tom and Barbara Good?
self-sufficient. Yes, working on it.
Because I've got a feeling we've got Penelope Keith here.
Trying. I mean, we're
Oh, we
trying
do?
to grow more things.
We're trying to grow more
Yes.
things, and we now have a picture of your garden. Oh, look at, is that a strawberry patch I can see
Yes,
before
we
me?
do have a strawberry patch.
And there's someone cramming their face full of strawberries. Which one of your lovely offspring is that, I wonder?
It's
Is that
probably
Torquemada?
Yes, probably Elizabeth or Amelia.
Oh yes. Now look,
Picking their own.
you're very green and grassy. Now we've got a bit of a gadget coming up later, which I think will be extremely interesting to you,
Yes.
which will help with the. I think it'll take all the back-breaking work out of the gardener, out of Mellors.
I'm the gardener.
You're the gardener. You're the gardener. So that was Karen's garden. So two very different takes on the British garden. We have the urban play zone of Caroline, and we have the rolling country acres of Caroline. Very lovely. Now, one of the things that I always feel about the way we use our gardens, we're a little bit too quick to just sort of think in terms of let's get garden furniture. But actually, on a day like today, why not make it feel a lot more luxy? So what I've done is I've cunningly distributed a lot of very glamorous women all over this sofa to make it look a little bit more Hefner, I think. But you can tell we're in a slightly posh area of London because they're all wearing black. You know, international PR black there. But one of the things about garden furniture is it can be a little bit neutral, which is good because we want it to be something that sort of fits into every occasion. But what I've done over here is I've cunningly styled this gazebo, which is, and I can tell you the facts about this, it's an ornate steel gazebo, showerproof canopy, powder-coated frame, and it's 3 meters high. But as you can see, I've actually used indoor stuff. I brought the candelabra out, I brought the fine china out, brought the cushions out, because as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing nicer than that kind of rather grand, opulent, Victorian picnic feel. In fact, I had to be physically restrained from bringing out a wind-up gramophone and an aspidistra. But with all this grandeur, of course, we now need something to eat. So we've got Richard on the barbecue, everybody. Richard, who has never barbecued before in his life. No, he has, honestly. But we had to physically stop him earlier from finding out whether the barbecue was hot enough by lying on it, because we thought that that might be rather bad. This particular barbecue has, it's got a 4-burner gas barbecue, side burner, It's got 4 primary gas burners and a side burner, side shelf, storage compartment, enamel cooking grill, warming rack and fireball. Are we all big barbecuers, people? Don't you have kitchens in North London? Goodness sake, there's something about the, the weather is here and suddenly we want to all start cooking outside like we're cavemen. But it is beginning to smell very, very convincing, which is absolutely wonderful. Now, let's go and see what people are saying. Do we have anybody who's been kind enough to ring in, Karma?
Leah Sullivan says, so glad the weather is good for you, Laurence.
Thank you.
Seeing you all there in the glorious sunshine with beautiful products is really putting me in a summery mood. Isn't that nice?
Isn't that absolutely lovely? And we've actually got someone on the phone. Who's on the phone?
Christy, I think.
Hello, Christy. It's Laurence. How are you?
I'm not too bad, Laurence. How are you?
I'm very well, as you can see. I mean, just drink me in with your eyes, Christy. So tell me, are you in your garden?
I'm sat looking at my garden.
Are you? And are we tempting you out into the garden now?
Yes, but the boss is saying that I can't go into the garden.
Ah, very, very good. But tell me, are you? Is there anything that you're not terribly happy with your garden? Is there something I can cure for you?
My garden's okay. It was more a question about my furniture in the house.
Go on then.
I move quite a lot every 2 years because my husband's in the army.
Are you on the run from the law? Oh, you're in the army. Okay, yeah.
I'm not. My husband is. But
well, can you thank him? I'm very much enjoying his wristband.
Thank you. I will do. Every time we move, our solid pine furniture comes out of the removals looking terribly dirty and a bit battered, and I'm wondering if you know how we could refresh it.
Well, actually, I mean, I think the thing to do, and this sounds a bit weird, but I think go with battered. It's worked for me for the last 50 years, weather beaten. No, I think actually flirt with a little bit of shabby chic there. What I'd do would be to paint your pine furniture, which I think is a lot more romantic and a little bit more Frenchified, and actually understand that it is going to get a little bit worn and a little bit chipped because it can always be repainted. Use really subtle, very, very delicate, quite greyed off French kind of colours, the French greys, the antique whites. Yeah. And I think it could work really, really well. Give the furniture itself a bit of a sand off first. Use something highly abrasive like maybe your husband's chin or, some sandpaper, anything like that, just to give the varnish a bit of a key. In fact, do you know what? I've got a vision of you now this afternoon, since it's such lovely weather, taking your furniture out into the garden, rubbing it down and giving it a bit of a paint. How about that? And since it's Friday, fantastic. Forget dress down Friday, make it clothes optional Friday. Give the neighbours a treat. Anyway, enjoy that. Very, very nice to hear from you. Now, I think we should begin to think about giving someone a spot prize, don't you?
We had so many great comments in. You're absolutely loving the show, but I think the star one so far was from Tracy Brown. She said, what tips would you give to someone with quite a small garden who wants to entertain outside? How do I utilise the space I have to its maximum potential?
I think invite small people. The smaller, the better. They take up far less space. It always works for me. It's a difficult one. I mean, I think we're all... the funny thing about gardens is that we all worry that they're a bit small, but when we come to actually looking after them, they all feel horribly big. The big thing for me is always see the garden as the room outside. Stop thinking about it as being a big bit of nature and start actually giving it a real sense of outside, inside.
So she wins the...
So she wins the pod.
The pod.
She wins the pod
Very
of love.
Comfortable.
So I tell you what, do keep liking us, do keep licking us, please care, share and send in your comments. Don't forget that everything you see before you, apart from the people, is available, and the Pims, is available now for you to enjoy at littlewoods.com. It has been a fabulous experience hanging out with you for the last and first part of Littlewoods Live. We very much look forward to seeing you after the break.